not talented, and that's why they can't hear something. They say, oh, she's so talented, he's so talented, they can just hear these chords and play it back. Now, the truth is, it's all about color. If you can speak a language, you can unlock the colors of music, and that's huge. I'm saying it because I used to think, oh, they were just born with the ability to hear every chord, every color, every line, and then they can just play it back. But it's actually very simple to do if you know exactly how to go about it. And it's an extremely important skill to have if you like sounds, music, and guitar. The reason this video is really important to me, and hopefully for you as well, is because you can unlock a lot of music by utilizing these elements. If you can speak a language, you can hear chords and lines and being able to repeat it. Now, I'm saying it because I didn't believe it in the beginning. I thought it was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But no, truly, if you are able to have a conversation in English or any other language, you can actually unlock these colors. I'm not saying it's instant. It will take time, but you will get to a point that it's completely effortless. Acknowledge the process. Look, I remember being super frustrated trying to hear something and I couldn't, and then I was like, oh, I have to hear it tomorrow. And the truth is, if you just kind of submit to the process and say, okay, I'm gonna do it, it's gonna take a week, 2 weeks, month, whatever it is, the time is not the point. What's important is that we are committed to the idea of learning and being able to do it, and you can do it 100%. This is an important point. You want to listen to these sounds, these colors, like a kid. You want to kind of rediscover every time these colors and slowly tag the information. I know it sounds simple, but try to listen to something as if this is the first time you ever experience it. Try to understand emotionally what's happening. The idea of sounds is distinguishing between emotional landscapes. When we have this sound, we call it major, and we have this sound, we call it minor. Now, I know you know that, but I want you to not only understand it, but I want you to feel it in every part of your body. So when I'm playing this chord, you can really feel your essence connecting to that major sound. Sing this tone. And feel the feeling of C major versus C minor. It's simple, but it's super effective. The idea of comparing colors starts with these obvious quote-unquote colors of major and minor, but it gets more complex when we talk about D minor 7/9 versus D minor 7/11. It's all good, but it needs to start from a very strong root. The idea of these building blocks need to be super solid, and then we can go forward. In the same way, we have major versus minor, and we can tag this is F major, this is F minor, this is G major and G minor. We can also distinguish between two other color sounds that we have. One of them is diminished, which is a little darker sound, and the other one is augmented. Now, I want you to try and emotionally associate something to that sound. For me, this is a very dark sound, kind of like almost scary color. Versus, again, I'm comparing it to this C augmented, which for me gives me this color of feeling of something magical. Now, you can tag the sound color as you please, but I just want you to have this sound color really clear. Major versus augmented, major versus minor, diminished versus augmented. The sooner we can be quick with the color recognition of these simple elements, we can go forward and do really cool things. This is a very important point. When we talk about music, we're talking about tension and release. Things that sound quote-unquote good, things that sound quote-unquote bad. I don't want to say good or bad. I just want to say more friction and less friction, consonant versus dissonant, right? So for example, if I have this sound, it's very consonant, it sounds good. We can hear the beating between these two notes and it's very harmonic. Literally, this is a major third, so it sounds good. We acknowledge this as a sort of diatonic, or if you will, again, consonant sound, versus something like this that has way more friction, or this. There are different intervals, different colors when we're playing music and utilizing these sounds that we want to distinguish between. Now, I am a big fan of tagging information, but I don't want to only use intervals. What is important for me here is to understand the quality of these colors. So for me, instead of talking about intervals out in the world, I would like to talk about them in a context of C. This is huge because we have this home base, this tonic, this center that we talk about oftentimes. But again, we can never get too good. Once we hear things, we own them. So we have this C, Do, and then we can hear between that note, this C and this D, this sound. This is the major second. But not only hearing and understanding intellectually, but really feeling that sound. How it resolves, how it wants to go back here to resolve to the tonic. And then we have the major third. How beautiful is that? Right, that kind of idea of mi, do. That resolution. Again, we have this F, the fourth. We feel this tension a little bit. Again, looking at it in the context of the scale. What we want to do is keep comparing and keep hearing every note in relationship. The next one is G. Take your time with this. A, B, you can feel the friction. C, Do. The idea for me here is that I want to feel each one of these colors. So if I'm playing this note, I can resolve it to the tonic and know what it is. If I'm playing this note, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Right, I can take this note and resolve it to the tonic, take it kind of by the hand and walk it back home to the center. Now this idea of tension and release against the center is huge in music. Now, if this is something new, if you're not feeling comfortable singing the scale, if you're not feeling comfortable just yet hearing the notes in relationship to a center, it's a very good idea for you, because this is basically the idea of sound and colors with music. So if we can hear it with single lines, then quickly we can start doing it with chords as well. One of the most exciting things for me is to listen to a song and find the chords. I really like it. And I think it's a great skill to have, and it's really fun, of course, to use when you're playing music, to understand what is happening. Now the thing is, what you want to do and how to do it is, first of all, taking a song that you like. I'm going to take the song Creep, and I'm just going to listen to the first 4 chords. So I'm going to play it in C major. So it'll be C, then E, F, and F minor. So I'm asking myself, what are these sounds? So this is 1, home bass. The E, or E7, basically functions as a secondary dominant 5 of 6, but actually going to the 4, and then 4 minor. So this is the basic harmonic analysis of this song. So first of all, for me, it's really nice to understand theoretically what is happening there, and then I would like to sing the bass, to feel the sounds, if you will. Da, ba, right, so do, mi, fa, fa, do, mi, fa, fa. We have C major, E major, F major, and F minor. And I like that change from major to minor there, from the 4 major to the 4 minor. I find it very beautiful. Do, mi, fa. Of course, this progression exists in a lot of songs. So if you understand it and start feeling that, you can kind of recognize it in the world. This is the whole process of the idea of tagging. Once we feel something, it's easy to understand it and kind of feel it in a different key and from a different song, or in a different song, I'd say. Just understanding and feeling the melody. Feeling how the chord and the melody kind of connects. I think this is beautiful, and this is something that we can all do, especially with songs we love. When you hit before, look in the eye, you're just like an angel, your skin makes me cry. Do not underestimate this process. You can take any song that you like and just find the melody. Sunday morning, right? So it's a D minor, G7, C major 7. Maybe you can play a little A7 there. But basically, like, just hearing that. So, Sunday morning, rain is falling. still some cover, share some skin. I personally think that if you like guitar and music and you want to get good at this, try to learn a song every day, maybe a short song, or every other day. Something simple that you really like and connect to, so you can sing it and play with it and be creative with it. I think you learn so much by doing that a little bit every day. This process of learning melodies and songs is one of the most natural and musical things we can do, so I really would encourage that, yes. For the last point here, what I want to say is doing these actions, at least some of them, a little bit every day, listening to music like a kid, listening to the sound and colors, not getting frustrated, but listening and trying to truly unlock these sounds will make you truly play effortlessly by ear. Now I know it's a process, but it's really a beautiful path to walk to. Do it. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.